Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's severe weather update. So today we have a slight risk of severe weather across southwest, central, northwest Texas into central western Oklahoma and the eastern Texas panhandle in the yellow, including San Antonio, Austin, Waco, Abilene, Wichita Falls, Fort Sill, Oklahoma City, Norman, Moore, and Woodward. And we have a marginal risk surrounding that in the dark green, extending into Kansas, eastern Colorado, and much of Nebraska. We also have a marginal risk of severe weather across northeastern Oregon, southeastern Washington state, most of Idaho, southwestern Montana, northwestern Utah, and northeastern Nevada in this dark green area over here. And looking at today's tornado probabilities within 25 miles of a location, we have a 2% chance of tornadoes across areas like Wichita Falls, Fort Sill, the Oklahoma City, Norman, and Moore metro area, and Woodward in this dark green area today. So if you live in this dark green area, make sure you're on guard for an isolated tornado or two today, as we do have a conditional tornado threat across this area. Looking at today's damaging wind threat, we have a 5% chance of damaging straight line winds of 58 miles per hour stronger within 25 miles of a location across much of Texas, Oklahoma, western Kansas, eastern Colorado, as well as much of Nebraska in the brown. And then we also have a 5% wind risk across southeastern Washington state, northeastern Oregon, much of Idaho, southwestern Montana, northwestern Utah, northeastern Nevada. So make sure you're watching out for some isolated damaging winds if you live in these brown areas today. And looking at today's hail threat, the hail threat is going to be the most significant threat once again, where the Storm Prediction Center has issued a 15% hatched risk for hail for areas like Austin, San Antonio, the Texas Hill Country, and the Rio Grande border from Del Rio through Laredo in this yellow and black hatched area. So once again, if you live in this yellow black hatched area, we have a conditional threat for very large hail today. So make sure you're parking your cars in the garage if you live in this black hatched area today, especially as we could be seeing some hailstones of 2 inches in diameter or larger today in this area. We have a 15% chance of quarter-size hail or larger within 25 miles of a location, extending into northern Texas, the eastern Texas panhandle, into the western and central portions of Oklahoma, and then a 5% hail risk in the brown, extending into much of Nebraska, even western Iowa, and another 5% hail risk across areas like Spokane and Pendleton, Washington, and Oregon today. Now, timing out the storms today is going to be a conditional threat, which means that there is the chance that the storms do not develop at all today. So looking at the HRRR model, the 12Z run, we're going to be seeing not much going on by 1 p.m. this afternoon. We could start to see our storms develop around 4 to 5 o'clock near the Texas-Mexico border near Del Rio, as well as some storms near Wichita Falls. And these are likely going to be large hail-producing storms if they develop by 5 o'clock this afternoon. Going to 6 o'clock, the storms are going to slowly push eastward into Texas Hill Country and into southwestern Oklahoma. Going into 7 o'clock, watch out, Oklahoma. The HRRR model has been consistently developing an isolated supercell, all discrete, all by itself, this afternoon and evening. So I wouldn't be surprised if something like this produces an isolated tornado from between Oklahoma City down towards Wichita Falls and near Sherman. So I would be paying extra close attention to the weather if you live in the southwestern, central Oklahoma, northwest Texas areas today for a tornado. Meanwhile, we're going to be seeing likely very large hail with any supercell that develops. Going into 7 o'clock, could be seeing large hail producing storms move into western Texas Hill Country near Brady, near Eagle Pass could be seeing some very large hail. Going into 8 o'clock, we could see the large hail moving into central Texas, as well as near Uvalde and near San Saba, near Stephenville. Going into 9 o'clock, we're going to start to see the storms weaken as the sun goes down across north central Texas, south central Oklahoma. Going into 10 o'clock, most of the storms in central North Texas and Oklahoma will be weakening, but down towards South Texas, we could see a cluster of storms develop around 9 to 10 p.m., and these could produce large hail and damaging winds near San Antonio, between San Antonio and Laredo this evening. And this little cluster could linger on into the 11 o'clock midnight time frame. Even Corpus Christi could see some large hail damaging winds in the overnight hours, as well as another cluster across southeastern Oklahoma. So don't sleep on that either. And then finally, we have a severe threat tomorrow, another conditional threat. We have a marginal risk across much of Nebraska, southeastern Arkansas, Mississippi, southwest Tennessee, eastern Louisiana, and a slight risk once again across central Texas tomorrow, as well as a marginal risk from the Rio Grande border into the Red River border into northeast Texas, with a 2% tornado risk, a 15% wind risk, and a 15% hatched hail risk tomorrow. So it's going to be a multi-day conditional severe threat, especially across Texas. So thanks for watching today's severe weather update. Stay safe. Have a wonderful day, my friends.